the No Limiter Podcast, where we interview top business owners, entrepreneurs, and creators in every industry to help you set record-breaking months. Here's your host of the No Limiter Podcast, Regina Eileen Woodard.
Hello, you are listening to the No Limiter Podcast. I am your host, Regina Eileen Woodard, aka Regina the Queen of Car Loans. And today I am joined with my new co-host, my sidekick, who also is my little sister, my younger sister in Christ. Now my blood sister, but now she's my little sister. I want to welcome you to the No Limiter Podcast co-host zone. Every time we have a podcast, we're going to be sitting next to Dr. Teresa Moore. She is a therapist by day, entrepreneur by night, minister 24 hours a day. She ministers to me all the time. Every time we talk and I get to use those words that I should not be using, she just sends me that text and she says, Regina, can you just choose another word? Welcome to the side of me, Teresa. Welcome to the side of me. How you doing?
I'm doing real good. Thank you, Queen. Thank you for that wonderful welcome. I am so excited to be sitting on the side of you, the Queen, Regina Eileen Woodard, the Queen of Car Loans. So I'm so excited. We got some history together, and I'm glad that this God-ordained collaboration has taken place. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, you know what? You've always supported me over the years. You have leased cars from me. I believe is this your fourth lease or your fifth lease with me?
Can you go 7?
Oh, okay. So you know what? How can I not love someone that has leased 7 cars from the Queen? She has joined me, right? She has joined me and supported me all those years. But I just want to tell you, I appreciate you sitting next to me, being next to me, and we're gonna just watch this platform continue to grow.
Yeah, I'm glad to be sitting next to you too. And just like I said, this is a God-ordained collaboration. So I'm glad that we get to bring all of this together, the No Limiter Podcast, and even sitting alongside of you on the radio, being in the driver's seat. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to work with you. I'm excited to see what's getting ready to unfold, how we're going to touch the hearts and the minds of people all over the world, how their credit is going to be impacted, how we're going to get people in cars, and we're going to talk about some wellness. So I'm excited.
Well, you know what? Okay, so she just gave a shout out for being in the driver's seat. But on the podcast, we're going to be interviewing entrepreneurs, business owners, entrepreneurs at the top of their game, leading in whatever industry they're in. But this brings us to this special person that we're going to have come on next. She is a top leader, business owner in her field. When you think about cookies, or you think about tasting something that's real sweet, what comes to your mind? What comes to your mind when you think about something? When you think about in your mind something real sweet, what comes to your mind?
In my mind, delicious sweets come into my mind. Something delicious.
Delicious sweets.
Yes.
Delicious sweets. So, it's time to go ahead and bring in our entrepreneur, the number one stunner in the baking field, not only in Michigan, wherever she puts her cookies, wherever she puts her cakes, she's a number one stunner.
She is.
Self-made, self-taught. We're going to go ahead and bring her in.
Yes.
Just so our listeners will know, this is her baby girl. This is Teresa's baby girl.
Yes, I'm so excited that Cierra Warren is joining us tonight.
I'm excited too.
Oh, there she is. That's Mrs. Delicious Sweets herself, Cierra Warren.
Hi.
Welcome to the No Limiter Podcast, Cierra. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
You know what? I am excellent. When I think about sweets and I get that tingling feel in my mouth, I think about delicious sweets. And I think about cake. I think about cookies. I'm just waiting for my shirt that says that. I don't know know, where's my shirt? Do you have a shirt that says Delicious Sweets?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, do we have one coming in the mail soon?
Sure, it's on the way.
Oh, it's on the way. Okay, I appreciate that. But no, we want to introduce you to Cierra Warren. She is the owner of Delicious Sweets, correct?
Mm-hmm.
She's been in the industry for 10 years, and she is not only a business owner, entrepreneur, but she also sits along her mother, maybe once a week to bake? Just go along with me. Yes. Yes.
Sure.
Right. Just go along with me. So Cierra, let's get serious. Tell us a little bit about yourself, since your mother wants me to steer this interview right now. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I am 30 years old. I live in Saginaw, Michigan. I was born and raised in Pontiac, and that is where I started. Yep, that is where I started Delicious Sweets, right in the kitchen of my parents' home. So I started baking when I was 11, and my mom, she always had me in the kitchen, and she had me make a cake one time for a family funeral repast, and the rest is history. I started baking, and I love what I do, and now I have 2 locations and a cookie shop.
So when I was reading your bio, it's like you started at age 11 and you were self-taught. I mean, what is that? When you say self-taught, what does that mean? And your mom is she cooks, right? What I mean, she cooks, she bakes, but how do you self-taught? And that's what your mom does.
My mom used to have me in the kitchen, but I think that she really got into all of her cooking as a ministry later on. She was always a cook, don't get me wrong. She always was cooking, and she had me in the kitchen telling me to stir this and cut this and do this. And I didn't want to do it. I wanted to be in my room and, do whatever. But she had me there. So I definitely learned how to cook from my mom and from my grandma. But my mom, she made desserts for the holidays. She had like her specialty desserts. She did German chocolate cake and cheesecakes. And I watched her use this recipe, and it's the same recipe that I used when I started making German chocolate cakes. So when I say self-taught, I did learn how to work the kitchen from my mom, but she wasn't teaching me how to bake a cake or to learn how to bake things. She just had me in the kitchen with her, and she planted the seed as far as having me in the kitchen. But baking, I didn't even know that that's something that I was even going to do. It's just a gift that I didn't know I had. And then when it comes to cake decorating and all of that stuff, I literally learned all of that on my own. And I can't really say I'm self-taught, because it was nothing but God, a lot of that time helping me, because I didn't know what I was doing when I got started.
I'm assuming, and I'm just assuming, is that you went to college to be a baker. Don't you have to go to school to be a baker? Or
well,
I know that I went to school. I have a bachelor's in sociology, and I just found out recently that we might have a little bit in common with that. Is that correct? Because I thought that you went to school to bake, but I'm finding out that you did not.
No, I didn't go to school to bake. I went to school for social work.
So how does social work have to do with cooking?
Well, I mean, I deal with a lot of crazy folks at the bakery. But no, so when I graduated from high school, I knew that I wanted to do something where I would be able to help people. And I really believe I got that from my mom. She always was in the helping profession. So I knew I wanted to help people, especially elderly individuals. And that's why I went into social work. But it wasn't until on my college campus is where I really developed the passion to want to bake and have a baking business. So I didn't plan it. It happened. I believe it was my purpose, but that was not the plan.
So Teresa, how did you help your Cierra with her plan? What did you do to help make her dreams come true?
You know what, to be honest, when Cierra got the scholarship to go to Saginaw Valley, she kind of did her own thing. Cierra was one of those children who really made their mind up and kind of did whatever they thought they could do in a sense, but she was very disciplined when she went to school. And I believe that she got into baking by accident, actually. And I say that because she decided that she was going to bake. She advertised and got all these orders at one time. And I literally saw her 3 days on her feet, nonstop baking. So I don't think that I necessarily helped her in the baking. I think that I sowed a lot of seeds in her to remind her she could do whatever it is she placed her hands to do.
So she could do whatever she wanted to do, what she placed her hands on. So anything she touched would basically turn to gold, basically.
Absolutely. It is my belief that whatever she puts her hands to, she could do it because she has the will and the drive. But I do want to ask this question, Cierra. So I know Regina knows some things about you, but what makes Delicious Sweets different from any other bakery?
Well, there's a lot of things. So I don't do Delicious Sweets obviously people are in business for money, but that's not my driving force. So Delicious Sweets is my own ministry, and I love what I do, and I get the most excitement out of seeing other people happy with their delicious sweets. I mean, I used to say, like, why are people so happy, when they eat these sweets, and they get so excited when they come in the bakery and I have what they want. And I just learned that, yeah, the sweets are good, but it's the experience that they get when they come into Delicious Sweets. So it's more than just a piece of cake. Everything is made with love. And in my motto is we're built on a foundation of love. So that's one of the things that sets us apart. We're not in it just for the money. We do it because we actually care. And also, when I compare myself to other bakeries in the area that I'm in, we're the only bakery that's open 7 days a week. We're the only bakery that serves ice cream as well as custom desserts and custom cakes. And we're not your typical bakery. You go to most bakeries, you walk in and you can get cupcakes every day. Well, you come here and you're going to get your Southern favorites. You might get German chocolate cake today and then Southern red velvet tomorrow. And we have sweet potato pound cake.
What's your favorite though? But what's your favorite?
My favorite?
Yeah.
I don't eat a whole lot of cakes. However,
what is it?
Southern red velvet.
Red velvet cake. Velvet.
Yeah.
But see, it's my red velvet. That's the kind that I like. My Southern red velvet, because red velvet cake, a lot of times people make it and it's like a chocolate base or a cocoa base. Mine isn't. It is like Southern butter, oils, flavors, red food coloring. It's like Southern red velvet, not chocolate red velvet.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So you give right now, you're giving out your recipe to the world. You know that, right?
Yeah, that's okay. They won't be able to do it like me.
Cierra, do you make your own birthday cakes?
No. So my mom made my birthday cake this year. And honestly, this might be the first time she's ever made me a birthday cake when I turned 30.
Whoa. Wait a minute. So this is the first time she's ever made you a birthday cake? So all the other years you guys went to, and but I don't even want to give any stores any names because I was going to give 3 big major names who have cakes.
So when I bought her cakes, I did buy them from bakers like Trina in the city of Pontiac. I would buy my cakes from people in our city who baked cakes. So I wasn't a person that went to the stores. I utilized the people in our city, or we didn't do cake because Cierra's not really a big cake eater.
So she's not a big cake eater. So why do you like to bake?
She's a cookie eater. She's a cookie.
So you like
cookies.
So you like to bake, right? You like to bake. You don't love eating cake, but you like to eat the cookies. So are you a cookie monster?
You know what? That's what my mom used to call me. I love cookies.
Yes, cookies is her thing. And so since we're talking about cookies, tell us about Craven Cookies.
Oh my goodness. Craven Cookies is like the best thing ever. So it just like happened. Literally, I was using the kitchen at my church and I was baking all of my cakes there and taking them to the bakery. And then I had to move my oven. So I moved it to where my second location is. And I was thinking to myself, what can I do with this oven when we're not baking cakes? And then I was like, who wouldn't like fresh baked cookies? So Craven Cookies, the whole idea is that you can literally walk in there at any time during the time that we're open and order your cookies fresh, and we will bake them for you in 20 minutes or less. You can watch us roll them out, pop them in the oven. You can walk around the marketplace, you come back, we put them in a box, and they're warm when you take them out the door and you get home, they're still warm. So that is like what Craven Cookies is about. And we're doing some really big things with Craven Cookies right now.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. What are we doing?
I gotta go back. Wait.
Okay, go back. I'm sorry.
I gotta go back. So I come in, I request Craven Cookies, and I get them hot. They're hot every time.
Yeah. So when you come, you can order your cookies and we'll bake them fresh for you. If you don't have time to wait, you can get the prepackaged cookies, and they're fresh also. They just have cooled down in our prepackaged in bags. But if you want to take the cookies home warm and you want to sit on your couch and dip them in some milk or watch a movie while you eat them, you can absolutely do that.
So I picture myself right now. I'm sitting on my couch every night. I got my cookies.
Yeah.
I got my Craven cookies. I have my milk. How do I place an order? I'm not coming to your establishment. I want to place an order. I want your cookies at my house. You're in Saginaw. I'm in Florida. But I want your cookies at my house. Walk me through that.
So we're actually setting up a system right now where you can order on our new website, and you can either order the cookies to be baked fresh and shipped to you within 1 day, or you can order the cookie dough with instructions on how we make them in the store, and then you can bake them at your house.
Oh, wait. Instructions?
Yes.
What does that mean? I mean, I barely can follow instructions.
No, it's really simple.
Wait, no, so you're gonna make it simple for me to just put them in the oven?
Yeah, so it comes in a prepackaged Craven Cookies container, and it has 3 or 4 simple instructions that tells you literally turn your oven on, scoop the dough with our custom scooper, roll it into a ball, pop them in for 15 minutes, and then you can enjoy them.
Oh, I'm loving that. I'm loving that, because you know what? It's just like when you buy something in the store, I need somebody to walk me through what to do, because I don't cook. I do a little bit of boiling, right?
Yeah.
I need instructions on what to put the temperature on when I turn it on, when I turn the oven on. I need to know how long I need to keep it in there. And then I need to know what I need to scoop it with. So you're going to send a scooper, you're going to send it all.
Yes, everything. So you don't even have to think or try to figure it out. It's all simple for you.
Simple. I love that. So what's the name of the website that you're working on?
It's going to be cravencookies.com, but it is not finalized. I'm working with the best website designer in the area, and he is working on that right now. So you can expect that in the next 2 to 3 weeks.
Next 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in the meantime, if any person that's in the Pontiac, Flint, Southfield, Detroit area, and they want to order Craven Cookies, how can they get Craven Cookies to them?
So we do a weekly delivery route to the Metro Detroit area, Pontiac, all of those places in between. And you just have to place your order by Tuesday evening, and we can send them to you right to your doorstep on Wednesday. They will be freshly baked the same day and delivered to you by that evening.
Wonderful.
How do they do that though? Where do they go to place the order?
So they can just go to Craven Cookies on Facebook, or send us an email at cravencookies@gmail.com, and then we will get their order taken care of.
Are you able to order Craven Cookies off of the Delicious Sweets website?
No, not at this time. However, in 2 to 3 weeks, that new website will be up, and then you can order right on Craven Cookies website.
Can you call Delicious Sweets storefront and order the Craven Cookies and pay online or over the phone?
Yes, you can call Delicious Sweets and place an order for Craven Cookies, or send us an email, and then we'll get the invoice to you, or you can pay over the phone that way. It's the same company. It's just another portion of Delicious Sweets.
Okay.
And what kind of payments do you accept? Because we have people that is it Cash App? I mean, what kind of payments do you accept for everybody that that wants to pay?
We accept everything except for checks and EBT. So we do Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, whatever you got. We can send you an invoice if you don't have those platforms, and you can pay with your credit or debit card. But we do not take any checks or EBT. And those are questions we get all the time.
And so, I'm just going to say, for the people out there, They're not accepting checks. I'm just saying, because we want checks sometimes don't clear. Sometimes they bounce.
Mhm.
So, Delicious Sweets wants to get paid. So no checks, no EBT cards or EBT, EG, whatever. None of those cards. Are you in the market for a new or used car? Whether you're in the Metro Detroit area or anywhere in the U.S., call or text me at 248-301-0461. And I go to work on getting you the best deal possible. That's right, we're delivered anywhere in the U.S. Call or text me at 248-301-0461. What is one thing that you're most proud of? What's your baby? Because I don't know. I didn't see any in your bio that you have kids. So what is your baby? What do you love to do when you wake up and you say, you know what? I accomplished my mission for the day.
Yeah.
And this is what I want to do. What do you love to do?
Well, when I get up every day, my goal is to be able to impact somebody in some way in what I do. So when I go to Delicious Sweets, I have to make sure I have the right attitude so that when I come in contact with people, whether it's a smile, a hug, or asking them how they're doing, hopefully I'm able to impact them in a positive way. And I mean, you never know what people are going through. And I've had people tell me so many times that it was how you doing? Or I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on? Or the fact that I treat everybody like family is really what people love the most. So that's important to me. And that's one of the main focuses of Delicious Sweets and why I do what I do.
You're also involved in the community. How do you have time to just be involved in the community? And what do you do? What do you do in the community? Because when I was looking at your bio, I said, if you open 7 days a week, how do you do it? I was just telling your mom when I was talking to her last night, Teresa, is that, how many hours in a day do you have time to do this and do that? And you can have a train, but you got to have a team to help you with your train, right?
Yes.
So who is your team and, how your support? Let's talk about your support and your help.
Well, I have right now I have 9 employees, and if I didn't have employees, I could not do what I do. I do all of the cake decorating and I do all of the baking for special events and the specialty cakes, but I also have an assistant baker. And then I have all of my employees, they know how to prep and they make cookie dough and they do things that I can't do because I'm only one person. So they help me run the show, and my business is staffed all day long, and I literally need them to be able to do what I do. And then my parents are very supportive. They're always there if I ever need something, or if I'm having a bad day, or if I just need them to pray for me. And, they're just always there.
So you said your parents, they're there to pray for you?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What does that look like?
Well, it depends. Because sometimes
you know what, I'm not asking like what you guys say during a prayer, but what does that look like? I mean, because you think about it, but I'm asking because you think about it.
Yeah.
What does that look like? Does mom say, you call mom and you say, you know what, mom, I'm having a bad day, pray for me, or mom, I'm just not feeling it today. I mean, I'm asking. Because these are things that people got to know your highs, people got to know your lows, because to get where you are, to get an award in Saginaw for the NAACP, right? And also, a little birdie told me that your cookies are about to be in a store. That's huge. And just talk about that. I mean, I asked 2 questions. So one is, what does the prayers look like when mom talks to you or dad? Walk us through one prayer. Hello, mom, I'm not having a good day, or mom, I'm just not feeling it today. Just walk us through that.
You know what? Usually it doesn't really happen that way. Like I can call my mom and she knows right away, like what's going on based on how I'm talking. She like, what's wrong? What's going on? And there's been times where I could just say, I'm tired, I'm stressed out, and she'll just start praying, or she'll listen to me and let me get it out, and then she'll pray. Or maybe she woke up in the middle of the night and just was praying for me. So it could be one of all of those things. But a lot of times when I call her, she's asking me like what's going on, if she feels like something isn't right. And she just knows, because she knows me really, really well. But yeah, that's kind of how it happens. And my mom, she will stop the world for me. So if it's something she could do to help me, she's gonna do it. And that's not, I don't call her for that, because I know she will. Sometimes she got to pull it out of me to get me to say like what's really going on, because I've always been a person to try to figure things out on my own. Yeah, I mean, it's just always been that way. But like you said, people need to know the highs and the lows. It is not easy to run a business. It's not easy to run a successful business, especially during the pandemic, during the times that we're living in now, where you have staffing is so difficult to find, and everything is cost so much, inflation and people getting sick and COVID and just everything in general, even people's well-being after going through a pandemic. So it's not easy to run a business. It's so many different components of it. And you literally have to be focused and get your mind right every day, because
wait, you got to get your mind right.
Yeah, you got to get your mind right.
Let me ask you a question. How do you get your mind right for 9 employees? That's a lot of people. 9
you know
employees,
what?
How do you get your mind right for that?
I'm telling you, sometimes it's a struggle. You have to understand what the purpose is, when you're going through people calling in left and right. But I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes I lose it. I just can't take it. Not right now, not today. It's not always peaceful and everything's good. No, there's times where I want to pull my hair out and I get frustrated and upset, and there's been times where I wanted to quit. But then I remember the thing that I prayed for and the thing that got me going, and all the stuff that I went through, to get to where I am. That's what really gets me back focused when it seems like it's too much,
So you go back to your why?
Yes.
And for someone that's just coming on right now or listening, what is your why?
I do what I do because this is not something that I plan to do. This is like my purpose. So not only do I get the most fulfillment by walking in my purpose and waking up every day and being able to touch somebody's life, but it's what I'm supposed to do. So I'm actually good at it without even trying to be. It's like how you're the queen of car loans. Can't nobody sell a car better than you. You know what to do, and you probably can do it in your sleep, because that is a part of your purpose. And it's easy and natural for you. Even with all the stuff that could possibly come up, it's just a part of your purpose. Same thing with me. No matter what it is, people can be in chaos all around me, and I can come in and just get it all figured out and like nothing ever happened, because it's what I'm supposed to do.
So let me ask you this question, Cierra. Talk to viewers who may be listening or watching and say, you know what? How did, because you've had several businesses. Because I know your first location was in Bay City, and then Saginaw, several. And then you came to Great Lakes Crossing a little over a year ago. And talk to people who are watching who have had businesses or even thinking about going into business. Talk to them about how it's not always pretty, because you've had to close the doors to one of your locations. So talk to the viewers about, two of your locations.
Yeah.
Talk to the viewers about, walking in your purpose, and then things don't go according to the way that you want them to go.
Amen. Yeah. Talk to us.
So, a lot of times when we do something, we have an idea or a plan on how we think it should go. And just because we have that plan, it doesn't always happen that way. For example, when I was at Great Lakes Crossing, it was a great idea. It was a great move. But the state of the world that we're living in, that it didn't go so well because of that, coming out of a pandemic, and just with the inflation and not having the right staffing and people not shopping like they used to. So, when you have things that happen that are out of your control, you have to pivot. And then also in business, if it don't make sense like sense, money, it don't make sense. So, sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow. But if you're not making money and you're spending out money, or you've depleted your money and you can't figure out how to get in the positive, then it might be time to let that go. And, one time when I was opening my first bakery in Bay City and I had to close it, remember being really sad about it. But then I realized that even though I was going to have to close the doors, I still had the gift. So if I wanted to do it again, then I could, when the time was right, or in a better location, or when I had things together. But having things that don't go the way you planned, it's not a failure. You just learn from them, and then you know what not to do in the future. So right now, will I go and open up at the Lansing Mall that keeps calling me? No. Will I go open up in Ann Arbor because they want delicious sweets there? No. It sounds like a great idea, but the reality is the way that things are going right now, it's just not smart to open another business in an area where I don't have any clientele, or I'll be depending on people walking into the doors, and everybody are going through struggles right now.
That's good. Now, I have one last question from me. How do you balance? Because being a baker means you have to get up at 4:00, the wee hours of the morning, and you work long hours and you're on your feet. So how do you balance what you do with your own social life, having a relationship, having friends, being able to have a life outside of the bakery?
Mm-hmm. It is very difficult because we want that balance, and I create that balance because I feel like I've worked really hard.
Hold on. You said you create what?
I created that balance. Mm-hmm.
Amen.
And I had to, because like I said, we're open 7 days a week. That means that at some point I have to be in there, out of every day out of the 7 days. So because I get up really early, I try to go to bed early. And one thing I told my friend this the other day, she thought I was crazy. But now that the days are longer, it stays light a little bit longer. Like, me having a successful day is being in bed by like 9:15, and it's still a little light outside, and I can just like wind down and relax before it gets completely dark. So that might be a little bit weird, but I think it's great when I get up at 4 a.m, I get my day going, I get things done, and then I can relax at the end of the night and go to bed at a decent time, because there has been times where I had to bake all night. I've had to stand in the kitchen and literally make it happen. But, I also just took a 2-day trip to Chicago. So I'm learning to create that balance and to take time for myself. And speaking of taking time for myself, I'm on a new health journey. So I realized I can't be as successful as I want to be if I'm not healthy. Yes. So now I am focusing on health, and I've created boundaries in my business. So, people are last minute, and I have come to the conclusion, and I'm standing firm, that because people did not plan, it is not my fault that they didn't plan, and I do not have to squeeze them in or do whatever I can to make it work for them. Because at the end of the day, those folks be at their parties, and they don't think no more about me after they get that cake. And I be stressed out, tired, feet hurting, stressed out, crying, because I took on too much. And I had to create that boundary for myself because it wasn't healthy, and I was stressed out and just tired, of being stressed out. So, the limit is the limit, and that's just that.
Well, I love the fact that you said that you have boundaries, and then also that you took a 2-day trip. It's because the one thing what you got to think about is that you got to take care of yourself. You got to understand that your business, your career is going to be there. You're young, and you got to understand you got to take time for yourself. And then you got to take time for yourself, but you got to take care of yourself. Let me just say that again. You got to take time for yourself, Cierra, and you got to take care of yourself. Because in order for you to continue to grow your business in different states and leaps and bounds, you got to be able to take care of yourself, your body, what you put in your body, and then just taking care of yourself. So my last question is, let's talk about upcoming events. A little earlier in the interview, I talked about, where's your cookies? Where are you going? What's up and coming with you?
So for Craven Cookies, what I'm in the process of doing now is getting things together so that we can mass produce the cookie dough. And not only will we be able to ship it to people all over the United States, but we're looking to get the cookie dough in stores. So that is on the list. I've been talking to people all day, working out the packaging, working out that custom scoop, talking to my graphic designer. And one of the biggest things that we're going to be launching this fall is fundraising. So I'm pretty sure you've seen kids come up to you with Little Caesar pizza kits or Otis Spunkenmeyer. Yes, exactly. So my thing is Craven Cookies can be just as big as Otis Spunkenmeyer. So when you get that pretty catalog and you pick your cookies from those companies, Craven Cookies is going to have the same thing. So this fall, we will be going to schools all across Michigan. It will be online for people who are not in Michigan, and your school can have a Craven Cookie fundraiser, and they'll get to experience Craven Cookies and then also raise money. So that's another big thing that's happening. And then we have our cake and sips that we just started. We have one in Pontiac on July the 1st, and my mom is going to be the host for that one. So that's going to be super exciting. We sold out our last one that we had a couple weeks ago in Saginaw, and you just had to be there. So, people need to get their tickets. We are definitely going to sell out, and it's going to be a great night. So I'm looking forward to that.
Cake and sips. Walk me through that. Cake and sips.
Cake and Sip it's a fun night out, whether you and your girls want to come, you want it to be a date night, or you just want to come by yourself and have a good time. So we have adult beverages, we have refreshments, we have a DJ, and then I teach you how to decorate your very own cake.
You got to decorate your own cake, a DJ,
yes.
You get Oh, I'm there. Well, how do I get my ticket? How do I get my ticket?
You can purchase your ticket on Eventbrite, and it's on there right under Cake and Sip. And yes, it's gonna be a great night.
Well, I just want to personally thank you. When I first met you, I didn't know the powerhouse that you are. I knew you were a powerhouse, but I had to see you in. Let me say this: I had to stalk you. When I say I had to stalk you, I had to see what you was about. I said, is she a powerhouse? Because I heard so many great things about you, because I have a lot of Facebook friends that share your pictures. And I inboxed a few of them. I'm sorry, I shouldn't say a few of them, 15. And I said to them, are you sharing her pictures? Or, what are you doing? They said, well, she has, I bought cakes from her, Regina, or they would say Queen. And I said, are you sure? I said, send me the pictures. And they actually sent me the pictures, and they didn't look the same like everybody else's. And they said, Regina, they're not the same. So, you got people that support you, that you bake for, that they share, they take pictures, they share it on their pages, and they speak a lot about you. When I say speak a lot, they call you a powerhouse. That's why I say I just sneak and pay attention, because sometimes when I stalk people, I don't want their mothers to know. But no, seriously, because I had to find out who the real Cierra was, and that not just Teresa, my co-host daughter, So I just want to say how proud I am of you. And I can't wait until July 1st, because I'm gonna go to Eventbrite as soon as we get off this interview, and I'm getting my ticket. And when I pay for my ticket, I'm gonna encourage some of my friends to come. Matter of fact, they don't have to come. Just buy a ticket. Just buy a ticket. Just buy a ticket. Are there any last words that you want to leave us?
I'm just really thankful for the opportunity to be on here with you guys. And I love telling, my story, and I hope that it will encourage somebody else. I'm a very humble person, and I do not feel like I've made it or that I've arrived. I'm getting better every day. And if I could do it, anybody can do it. We all have the same opportunity. It's just that it's about how bad you want it. So, if it's somebody out there listening and they're like, oh my goodness, I want to be like her. Like, look, it's going to take a lot of hard work. And a lot of times people see the glory, or they see like the beautiful picture or the end result, but they don't know what it took to get there. So, if you want to start a business, make sure you really want to do it and that you love what you do, because when it gets hard, you're going to have to go back to your why and remember exactly why you got started. So thank you for having me. It was great talking to you ladies, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on the 1st of July.
I can't wait. We want to thank you for being our guest, and congratulations on the things that you're doing. Always know that I know your mother got you and God got you, but know that your community, we support you, and we can't wait to the communities around the world support you and love you. So congratulations. And
congratulations, C.
Congratulations.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the No Limiter Podcast with Regina Eileen Woodard. Remember to subscribe and review the No Limiter Podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, and the No Limiter Podcast YouTube channel. Every listen and review helps to get this podcast out to as many no limiters like you as possible.